Hello, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Adam Coble, but I won't be for very long. Pretty soon, I will be donning the great cloak of Nabake Half-Elven and getting myself into some trouble. I was thinking, before we got started today, I was thinking about how I should probably record like an intro. This is becoming a real show, I guess, is what I was thinking about. And we've done, 8 episodes now? And I've been thinking about how maybe it's time to record like an intro where I explain like the world, right? Because every time we do one of these, I start by explaining like, here's what's going on in the world. Here's where we came from. Here's the situation. Here's Ironsworn. But it'd be cool to record just like a little like, welcome to the Ironlands, right? Like I'll do a little audio voiceover. I'm going to make a note with all the extra time that I have in my life that I'm going to record. Let's see, record Ironsworn intro, because I think it'd be really cool to start the stream with a little like reminder of what's been going on, and not so much a recap of past episodes, but the world stuff, which we're kind of about to, because I haven't recorded one of those yet. We're about to kind of go over. But this is Ironsworn. If you're interested in learning more about the game yourself and you're watching this live in chat, just _ Ironsworn in the chat. We'll get you a link. You can also go to bit.ly/Ironswornfl, and that'll get you a link to the game and to its free PDF and what have you. So first of all, I guess as a bit of a preview before we get into the new stuff, at the end of the month, and I haven't for sure 100% decided yet, and I'm looking at my calendar right now, but I think the plan is going to be on February something or other, maybe either on February 25th or the week after, March 3rd, maybe March 3rd. We're looking at a delve. So delve is going to be finished soon. Sorry, the date was not actually that important. I don't know why I'm fixated on it, but so the delve is going to be coming out. Delve is the first expansion, as far as I know it, to Ironsworn. It is about going into dungeons and similar environments, like, I don't know, troll holes, perhaps. And the plan is to do a first look on the Tuesday of that week, right? We're going to do an in-depth first look at it. And then the Sunday of that week, we're going to use it in a game. So like we did with Ironsworn, where we took the first look and then we actually played the game because we were so interested in it. I'm going to take a look at Delve on that Tuesday, and then the following Sunday, we're going to put it into action. So kind of coming into that, you can expect a dungeon delving type episode on the maybe the first Sunday of March, because that seems to be when we've had the opportunity to play. So barring other schedule confusion, I think that'll be the plan. Otherwise, what we're here to do today is to play out yet another episode in the exciting life of Nabake Half-Elven, who at this point, I think we're just about ready to leave High Watch. High Watch is, I think it's getting bad for us. I think it's almost time to go. Partly because our quest is almost full, right? Serving as a goon, and partly because like we had to kill somebody in broad daylight the other day just to prove a point, and like the nuns don't really like us, and really Shekar is the only person interested in keeping us around. I think it's time to, it'll be time to move on. So let's talk a little bit about the world. We'll talk about the game setting and kind of where we're at. We'll do our recap there, and then we'll begin our continued quest. So the game is a fantasy game, a dark fantasy, low magic in my case, fantasy game. It is set right here in this lovely lavender landmass called the Ironlands. So far, we have really only been participating in adventures down here in this province, down in the Dead Coast. We've been contending, therefore, with the spirits of the dead, with possession, with haunting. We've been dealing with lost towns. We wandered into the Sea of Fog in search of a in search of some magic last time, and we have made our way around on a series of episodic adventures, which you can find in the previous episodes. The world as it is a frontier for humanity. We've only lived here a couple of generations, and we came here because we were sick, right? We had lived in the old world, and the old world was, depending on who you ask, a glorious golden age, or perhaps a decadent empire doomed to fall. You can tell that I'm interested in this game as a GM, like from a GMing perspective, because I'm already thinking about like, I wonder what it'd be like. I bet you could do Blades in the Dark, and you could run like a prequel to this, where you're like a gang in one of the cities of the old world, one of the decadent golden cities of the old world, right? Like I'm already kind of like spinning out the campaign setting, which is a sign of a good and engaging setting, I think, to me, because it draws me into wanting to play more games, wanting to explore more stuff. I feel kind of similarly about Court of Swords, about that setting. So we left the old world. We came here because the old world was dying and we had no cure, right? We left behind our golden towers. We left behind our warrior armies with their shields and spears of bronze. And we left behind our magic, right? We abandoned the gods as they had abandoned us to plague and disease, and we left and we came to this new world. And those of us who survived, the few ships that made it, right, bore into this new world the dead and the living. And I think somebody pointed this out on the last YouTube video. Wouldn't it be interesting if we brought the sickness with us? And that maybe there is something keeping it at bay in this new world, but that like we're still passing it on, that maybe humanity is itself a sickness. I was thinking about that. I thought that would be quite cool to kind of explore later on down the line, or maybe with another character if we get there. But for now, we've spent 2 generations in this mystical land, which is called the Ironlands, because these old gods used to fight here. This was the battleground of the gods. It is the home of the firstborn, which are basically elves, and the home of trolls and other terrifying creatures. The gods fought in this place. Their battles, the arrows that fell to the earth, their broken armor, their broken weapons, they scatter this place in sizes large and small, and that makes up the mystical material we have come to call iron. So iron helps us play. Iron is a weapon that we can use against our enemies. It is armor. It is magic in the sense that it is a material we don't fully understand. And so because we're humans, we've built essentially cults around it. So there is an upper class of iron makers, forgers and crafters of iron. And we instead scavenge the gods' pieces and we give them to this guild, these iron workers, and they make for us materials. Now, carrying around weapons or items of iron, even like an iron nail or a piece of a god's armor, they are talismans. They are considered symbols of status. I've got 2 iron weapons now. I have my spear, Hulata, and I have the knife that I took from Myrick, who is now dead. And Myric's knife is called Elf Sticker. Then we carry that around our belt. And now we have 2. Now, we're not as cool as people like Serene, right? Serene has like 4 iron weapons and probably more at home. She has many iron outfits, but we have only begun our collection. And so in this world, iron is the material. It is our thing that we are drawn to, and it is the thing that protects us. And currently, our character, Nabaki Half-Elven, is a mercenary. She is a spear fighter mercenary who, when she was growing up, she wanted to be a dancer, but she fell into a life of violence. We don't know. She was trained to fight with a spear by her grandmother, who either was an elf, or we remember her as an elf, or maybe she had elf blood, but we're not totally sure. Yeah, Wild Antic, there's a little bit of like a rainy Dark Sun vibe. Yeah, I think that's fair. And so we learned to fight with the spear. Somehow we made friends with a mammoth, though we've been kind of ignoring our real friend, definitely not Choni, outside of the town of Highwatch. Now, Highwatch is a place, we've been here long enough to actually develop it a little bit. So Highwatch actually has a map. Check it out. So this is Highwatch. It is a town on a cliffside that has a lighthouse, and the lighthouses are the first structures we built. They're stone structures we built where we placed the fire of our old gods. Right, we brought the fire of the gods across the sea. We put them in the lighthouses and we sealed them up here to signal to the old world and its ghosts, go back from this place, right? As it's part of an ancient magical sort of shield network that maybe never did anything in the first place, but we built these here as our first sigils. The lighthouse in Highwatch is one of the last, and Highwatch is a kind of like an outcast town. For some, it's a sanctuary, right? There's the nunnery here, but for others, it's a place where you can go and you can get away with doing whatever you want. And I fell in, when I arrived here, I fell in with Shekar, who is the de facto mayor. He's the Rugga of this town. He has hounds, both literal and figurative. He has many pieces of iron, and he rules Highwatch just because I think nobody is willing to stand up to him. So we, of course, as morons ourselves, we joined his gang of goons. And then one of them, the deeply unstable Myrick, decided that it was time to get rid of us, either because we were competition or because Myrick was a bit loose in the head. But one way or another, we ended up spending half of our last episode dealing with Myrick, who is now very dead, killed by Hulata in open view. And then we went to the nunnery. We did a job for them to alleviate Shekar's debt, which, thank you, Shekar. We are a good employee. And we met but failed to form a bond with any of the nuns themselves, Avella, Nadira, or Messias. Two of them died while we were in the middle of our quest. Listen, we brought back one of their nuns, right? They didn't say we had to bring back all of the nuns. We just listen. So we went out into what we called the Sea of Fog, which is this mystical kind of like, I envision it a bit like the what's the name of that forest? The Lost Woods, right? The Lost Woods from Zelda, right? So we went out into the Sea of Fog and we visited this lost, was it a town? Let's take a look at the legend. We went to the Font of Purification. That's right. A memorial, and there was some magic stuff, and we had to get out of there, and we ended up coming home, 2 nuns short, and we returned with the one, and then for some reason, nobody wanted to. I don't know. Nobody wanted to be our friend. That's right. Yeah. So there's this old Tristram thing kind of out here, this haunted town, and in there we found a pool of skulls and water, and we bathed the nun in it. We ran away from a giant that was kind of like an angry version of Nido, and then we returned, and I sojourned, and it worked, and I got some equipment back, but like I think we're running out of we're losing our welcome here, and it might be time to ditch. So let's take a look at where our quest's at. Yeah, Nido isn't really. Yeah, this was like a bigger, angrier, giant physical killer version. Yeah, supposed to breathe air from the land of the living into the land of the dead, and we did the opposite. They stole our energy, and anyway, the Sea of Fog is now being haunted by some kind of horrific giant, and maybe some like dead nuns. We'll see if we ever have to go back there again. I personally hope that we don't, but you never know. So let's take a look at what's up with Nabake right now. So we have 3 experience points, which I can spend on my assets here. But I couldn't really pick one that I was like all that excited about. But, you know, we'll ponder on this. What was more concerning to me was getting out of this serving Shekar thing, right? Now we could theoretically, if we wanted to, also note. So this is nice. Look at this. So I got these 2 quests back when I swore to serve Shekar. So I swore to serve Shekar as his eyes and ears, and sometimes fists and High Watch, and I've been doing lots of that. And as a result, also, I swore to protect High Watch from those who would see its freedoms taken away. I have done none of that yet. Like, I'm just flat out ignoring it, which is kind of funny. I'm pretty much just serving as his goon. But I think it's almost time to go. And I guess we could start, and maybe this is what we'll do. Maybe we'll start by attempting to resolve this quest, and we'll go to Shekar and be like, Shekar, I quit, right? We're going to get out of here. And then he'll probably have Serene. That was her name, right? He'll probably have his goons beat the shit out of us. Which, you know, whatever, fine, be that way. Yes, it was Serene, right? Because her name is ironic. Serene, Win, and then the red shirt will probably kick the shit out of me if I try to quit. But I also think maybe that's the move to make. I think we're gonna start today's episode by being like, I'm out. This sucks. I quit. So we'll try that, and if it succeeds, then I don't know. Maybe we go for a journey. We go see what the nearest town down the coast is, or, you know, let's head inland or something. So yeah, let's do that. I think session 8 is the session where we try to quit. So let's start some new notes here. Session 8, and we will of course name it later. And then yeah, so these session notes have been pretty much like Nabake's journal, right? Like I write in italics, I write in character, and then out of character stuff is regular. So let's see. So I think we're just about done here. Killing Myrek was definitely the right thing to do, but now Serene and Win and that other guy keep shooting me dirty looks like they're scared I'm gonna do them next. Shekar seems cool with me offing Myrek, but honestly, I've been here long enough and I'm starting to get bored of this dump. Time to bail. So the idea here, I think, is that, like, obviously, Nabake actually kind of likes it here, and she wants this place to work out, but she's trying to cover for it by being like, no, I've chosen to leave. This place sucks. Fuck you, High Watch, right? Like, really, she wants to stay and like make it better, and like, because remember, my real quest is to found a community for outcasts like her, and this is the closest we've found, but she's doing such a bad job of it, right? So she's just gonna try to quit, because when the going gets rough, then the rough get going. So the right thing to do is to bail out, to tell this town to go fuck themselves, and we're gonna get out of here. So mechanically, the way we're gonna do that is by attempting to resolve our quest. I don't think we've started one with a quest resolution yet. This will set the stage for the rest of the session. So I've got this iron vow that I swore. So what I imagine this scene looks like is we walk in to the hall. Who do we think is there? Do we want Win and Serene in the red shirt to be there, or do we want to just confront Shekar alone first? Like, his dogs will be there no matter what. Oh God, is he gonna make the dogs kill us? You know what? Let's try to get him when he's alone, because I don't think, if this turns violent and we have to kill, oh God, and we have to fight Shekar, I'm kind of bad at fighting. Maybe we want him alone. I think it makes sense for us to wait until he's alone. So maybe we go in there and yeah, just Serene. Yeah, because she's a bit of a wild card. Let's do that. Okay, so I went I went to the long hall, see Shekar, and hand in my resignation. Oh, that's the other thing. In her journal, Nibake writes like a modern person, like a modern adult. So, time to bail, calling a place a dump. She uses a lot of anachronisms. So hand in my resignation. There's probably no context for her for that, but I think it's setting the tone, right? I went to the long hall to see Shekar and hand in my resignation. He was just finishing up some business with Serene. I guess it's fine that she's here. She's the least obnoxious of all of Shekar's other goons. Hopefully, she's not going to cause any trouble. All right, so I walk in, and I've got my spear on my back. I've got Myric's knife, my knife now. I got elf sticker in my belt, and I walk in, and I see Serene, and Shekar talking. And as I approach, Shekar probably says to Serene, like, "All right, sweetheart, that's fine. You go ahead and take care of that, and come back and talk to me." And Serene kind of scowls, and then turns and sees me, and I give her a little like, "What's up?" And as I walk up, Serene goes to leave. And I put my hand up and I'm like, "Oh, hey, don't let me interrupt the two of you. This is gonna be quick. Shekar, I needed to talk to you." And he looks at me and he says, "I didn't summon you. What do you want?" I'm like, "I quit." "What?" "I quit. I'm done. I don't want to be your dog anymore." I mean, no hard feelings or anything, but he's like, You killed Myrick, robbed me of one of my hounds, and now you think you can just come in here and quit. That's how you think this works? And I say, look, Big S, I've done work for you. You want somebody beat up? I beat him up. Do I ask questions? No. When I went down into that creepy pearl diver village, beat the shit out of them for you. Did I complain? No. When these other goons beat the living tar out of me in the street. You remember that? It wasn't that long ago. Did I come whining to you? No. I think our deal here is done. I served you. Now I'm out. Let's see how he takes it. Okay, so we're gonna roll. This is a move. Serve Shekar as eyes and ears and sometimes fist. We're going to attempt to fulfill our vow. Here we go. Did we just critically succeed at this? Is this the best success I could get? I think it might well be. Oh, everything's turning up roses. All right, so let's make a note. This is like actually harder to figure out. Yeah, this is where we win. You're right, Nibake. Maybe you should be in charge. Wow. So being a totally garbage piece of shit has impressed him, and he's like, yeah, you were the best of us. Secretly, I love you. We'll figure it out. So, we got to roll. Wow, I'm so impressed. All right. So we got to roll. And then, we got, fulfill your vow. And then fulfill your vow. And we got a strong hit plus an opportunity. Woo. opportunity. Okay, so that means based on the move, when you achieve what you believe to be the fulfillment of vow, you roll the challenge dice. Momentum is ignored. On a strong hit, your quest is complete. Mark experience. We get another 2 experience. Hot damn. All right, I really didn't expect that to go that well. All right, then we can clear the goal. Yeah, there we go. All right. Cool. All right. Okay. So fulfill your vow. I'm going to just make a note in case I forget which vow it is. Strong hit, opportunity, 2 XP. Okay, so I fully expected him to be like, no, fuck you. Oh my God, that's so good. Okay, Chef Koch Manu, you figured out. That's exactly where I was going to go too. Okay, so I say this, I'm like, I'm out. And she's like puffed up her chest and she's got her spear. Like, this is going to be a fight. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here. Everybody's an asshole. And I'm like, I quit. And then I'm ready, right? I look at Serene like, okay, this is going to be a thing. And Shekar just leans back on his big stone throne, right? His big pile of furs. And he gestures and he says, you've served me well, Nabake. Yes. It pains me to see you go, especially after losing Myrick, but come here, girl. And I look at Serene, and Serene kind of like does a little eye roll, and I grin a little like, yeah, okay, cool. We think this is silly. And I walk up to his throne, and he turns to Serene, and he says, Serene, sweetheart, now I need you to go. Nabake and I need, or I guess he doesn't know me as Nabake. Sabine and I need a moment. You mind? And she bows to him and she's like, my lord. And she walks out and I'm looking at him like, this is getting weird. I don't know. And then once Serene leaves, it's me and him and his dogs. And they're all like around sleeping. And he says, you're suspicious. Good. You should be. People like you and I, we're different, Sabine. This world, they're afraid of us. Every single one of them. Envious. Every time I bring one of these peons in here, I see the way they look at me. At my weapons, my riches. They look with greed and envy on all the things I've built with my 2 bare hands. High Watch. I built it. Sure, those who came from beyond the sea, they laid the stones. But I built this town into what it is. Every time one of my subjects comes in here, I see it in their eyes. Envy, fear, resentment. This is a world full of cowards, little one. And he reaches forward with his big, greasy, hairy hands. He takes my face, right? And I'm like, ugh, like, what? Why you're touching? Okay, I probably mutter like, okay, you're touching me, sure. And he pulls me, he looks me in the eyes, and he says, it's good that you're leaving. High Watch. It's too small. Too small by far for both of us. You should go. When he lets go of my face and I kind of stumble back and I like rub my jaw. You should go before, well. And he grins. And I nod. And I say, yeah. Well, it's been real, dog boy. Smell you later. And I turn around and I walk out. And before I get to the door, here's my opportunity. Before I get to the door, he says to me, he's like, wait. And I stop and I turn around and I'm like, what? Change your mind? Can't wait to see me go? Battle to the death? One last screw? What is it? And he says, come here, I have something for you. I look around and I mutter to myself, I'm like, I better not be your penis. God damn it. And I walk up, I take a few more steps, and he pulls back the sleeve of his formerly beautiful, still quite expensive, like ermine fucking dressing gown shit that he wears. He pulls back his sleeve, and he has these gold rings on his wrist, right? It's like he's got 3 or 4 of them, and I look at them, and as I walk up, he takes one off, and he holds it out, and I look at it, and I'm like, "Fuck's that?" And he says, "A sign of my pleasure. Take it. If you're smart." And I take it from him, and I sniff it, and I bite it. I'm like, "Ooh, real gold." And while I'm doing that, he says, "If you're smart, go north." And what was the name of that hot lady? Where did she go? Like his friend that I tried to hit on. Where was her name? Maybe she ended up somewhere else. Was it Maya? Yeah, there she is, Maya. Cunning, violent, cooperative. Merchant from a town somewhere to the east of Highwatch. It'd have to be northeast of Highwatch, I guess, because there's the Sea of Fog. So he says, go north. See if you can find Maya up that way. Show her the ring. She'll understand. I bet you she could find work for you. And besides, and he leans back, and he grins, this big nasty grin, and he says, I saw the way you looked at her. Like a dog drooling over a bone. And he gestures with his head like, you're dismissed, get out of here. And I'm like, not bad. And so I give him a little kind of mocking bow. But it's more like the bow you give an equal, not like a deep bow. And I say, and I say to him like, all right, Checkar, keep it real. And then I leave. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go find Maya. We're going to step up from this shoreline goofball. And what's funny is we also have to forsake a vow. So we resolve our vow and then we forsake one. We're going to renounce a vow to the town. So surprisingly, Shekar was cool about me leaving. I think he was worried I'd gotten too big for my britches and thought I might try and take this little shithole town from him. Lucky for me, he gave me a gold ring and sent me on my way with his blessings. I wonder if I can catch up with Maya and get a second chance. Sorry about all the blood, shit, and suspicion. Highwatch, you're all a bunch of dicks, and you can definitely go fuck yourselves. Nabake out. Okay, so now we're gonna roll, and we're gonna roll to resolve our quest. Forsake your vow. So the vow being forsaken is I love that she's just like, smell you later forever, town. All right, it is a dangerous quest. So let's see. Let's roll to forsake it. So we renounce the quest, clear the vow, and endure stress. Okay, it was dangerous, and now it is nothing. Here we go. All right. So there we go. Endure stress. You suffer minus spirit equal to the rank of your quest. All right, so we're going to suffer -2. Okay, suffer -2 spirit. Endure stress. So let's make that move. God. We're at 0. All right, we're going to need to recover from the emotional pain of abandoning this town, which is perfect because the rules know how Nabake really feels, whereas she pretends to be all cool and tough. So I drop down to 0 when I endure this stress. We are going to roll, and then we'll see what happens. So let's make that roll. Rolling plus nothing. We get, oh, a weak hit. Oh, that's good. Okay. On a weak hit, we press on. So we endure it. I think probably there's a scene, right? Endure stress, we press on. Okay. So there's probably a scene here where I go back to the inn and I like grab my stuff and I go to leave. And do I have any bonds with anybody? I have a bond with the town, which if I ever come back, I mean, sure. But is there anyone else in town that I have a bond with? Just Shekar, right? I guess Hersham. Would we stop in to like, no, we already said goodbye to Hersham. She's someone else's problem. And we left the people, we left Shekar. We're good. I don't think we talk to anybody. I think we just leave. So we go back to the tavern, go upstairs. We grab all of our stuff. Right? Which is nothing. I probably just grab like an extra cloak and maybe my traveling stuff that's been jammed under the bed since I got here. So I pull out my backpack, I throw it on my back, I pull my cloak around me, and I head out. And that's a great point, Radio Star. I think we probably also have to test our bond. Conflict, betrayal, or circumstance. We're abandoning the town. So I think that tests the bond with the town. Let's do that. Yeah, I think that's a great point. Yeah, we steal a couple of towels, take an ashtray or two. But since we're abandoning the town, we may well be also testing our bond. So great point. Okay, so let's go test your bond. And that's the people of Highwatch. The people of Highwatch versus Sabine. Test your bond. So this is, of course, a heart roll. One of my worst. Here we go. Do we get a bonus with this or anything? No, just as is. And they are suspicious of me. They're suspicious of me, but they are, yeah, but I'm leaving them anyway. So whatever, fuck them. Let's go. What has happened? What? How? How is this happening? Everything is going great for me. So they love me for abandoning them. Probably because they're going to remember the legendary warrior who killed Myrick. Myrick was probably tormenting these poor people. And when I leave, they're like, thank the gods for her. Hooray. Like they're so excited. Because we killed, they send me off. Yeah, they're just, oh my God. I'm dying. That's so good. Okay. So if it were, thank God she's gone, it would be good. But I think leaving is like, I did what I needed to do. I saved them from Myrick. Maybe they think I've softened Shekar. Like, some people are definitely like, hooray, she's fucked off. Yay. Like, I'm so happy. But probably mostly there's some degree of like, oh, that's so cool. God, I love role-playing games. All right. So we test our bond. Somehow we managed a strong hit with an opportunity. And we get, let's see. So that means choose +2 momentum, +1 spirit. One of those two. I think I'm going to take momentum. We'll recover our spirit later. Take 2 momentum and And then we leave. And I think maybe because of this massive hit, I think that counts towards founding a community. I think this is me. I'm changing the world, right? Because they remember that freaky elf chick and they're like, okay, well, maybe she was good for us. She saved us from Myrick the Mad, right? Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make a note of that. So +2 momentum. As I left Highwatch, I couldn't help but notice that everyone was looking at me differently. Like, I get it. I'm super hot, but guys, come on. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna make a note about like the people of Highwatch saw Nabake leaving with a gold ring on her arm and in good health having said no to Shekar and gotten away with it. Somehow, this changed the way they saw the world. Maybe Shekar wasn't such a heartless monster after all. Maybe Nabake killing Mad Myrick was good for the town, or maybe they were just happy to have a hero leave instead of a villain stick around. I'm gonna change that to maniac. Instead of a maniac stick around. Either way, they wouldn't soon forget Nabake. And maybe if Shekar dies in the future, yeah, I can come back, or maybe they'll call for my aid. Yeah. This is setting the seeds for like another season, right? Return to Highwatch. Yeah. So I walk out with my spear over my shoulder and I cast one last glance at Highwatch and then I go. And no, so I think remember, because they're all suspicious, I think this is the turning, right? This is the abandonment of Sabine. And when they remember me, they remember me as Nabake half elven. Probably because on the front door of Shekar's house, or no, the wall of the inn. So the wall of the inn, maybe we see the innkeeper. I've left. We see the innkeeper come up and he's got like a bucket and a rag, and he's going to come up and like clean the room and stuff. And he comes up inside and he walks in, and on the wall in huge letters, I've written with a knife, Nabake was here. And then I drew a dick on the wall with my knife. I just carved it. And he walks in and he looks at it and shakes his head like, God damn it. Yeah. And so I let everybody know in my own stupid way, like, yeah, my name is Nabake, right? I'm half elven. I killed the racist. We strung him up in town, and now I'm gonna leave. Don't be racist, kids. And I go. Now the great irony would be that as soon as I leave, the fucking elves come from Scary Elf Island and kill everybody. But you know what? For now, the town has learned some tolerance. We've solidified our bond together. And I leave Highwatch, whistling Dixie, thinking good thoughts to myself. And I walk out of town into the little field where Kudan has been hanging out. And I walk up to him, and he looks over at me, and I look at him, and I'm like, yeah, I quit. What of it? Look. And I like jingle my little like new bracelet, and he kind of rolls his eyes, and I'm like, yeah, where's your gold bracelet, asshole? Come on. And I like whip him. I hit him with my staff, with the staff end of my spear. I'm I'm like, let's go. Come on, asshole. Let's go find another town. And so we head north looking for Maya. Now, Maya, we don't know. We know that she is an old friend of Shekar. She's super hot. She has lots of husbands. And she runs a mercantile concern in a big town, which of course is further up here. So let's place that town and let's head there. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the map. Let's figure out where Maya is from. Okay, so like a bigger town, maybe like up here at the edge of the Sea of Fog. Maya's a whole other planet. I mean, she's hot. She's hot like Maya, so. All right, and this will be log entry 11. These are so big. I'm gonna make this smaller. And now they all have to match, so you have to watch me shrink all these down. I'm so sorry. I just don't have a lot of room. We've been crowding the map. What's fun is that I don't actually have to think about what the town is like. We know what Maya is like and what Maya is like in the town, and then we get to figure out what the town is. And I like that we're going to go there, but we're going to go there as like, we're nobody's servant now, right? I think this interaction with Shekar gave Nabake a personal sense of like actual self-esteem, right? Because we know that Nabake is full of horse shit, right? That she is just bluster and anger and like loud noises. And so I think what we're getting into is that she's actually like, she's been given a little bit of self-esteem, that she thinks that she could be something worth paying attention to. I can't wait to see Maya just break her back down. But we're going to go try to get involved in civilization, right? So we're going to we're heading north, heading east. We're going to go from here to here, and let's detail this a little. Let's add it to the map legend. So our next location, location 11, is the town of, some rolls going here. Oracles, here we go. Settlement name, here we go. Whoop. Oh, cool. A word in an old world language. What culture is represented by this word? What does it translate to? All right, I need a name. Let's see. Okay, something like low field. I think maybe I'll get maybe I'll roll a name, like a person's name. Because it wants like a made up fantasy sounding name, right? So let's use a name. Anuna. That's cool. Okay. And Anuna means low field in the old world language. Yeah. Okay. Low field in the language of the old world. And we know that this is the town, so the medium-sized town where Maya, the merchant queen, lives and does business, is more civilized and probably contains more traditions and structures familiar to the old world. A kind of holdout of old world culture here in the Ironlands. So if we imagined the old world to be sort of like Bronze Age, yeah, Anuna should have, maybe this should be our first big town built around the, like a battle, right? So built around, so we need a war, like a war artifact, something that was left behind from the gods' war, from the War of the Gods, a piece of, yeah, like I was thinking like a few links of gods' chainmail, or Yeah, and it's like, I think it's in a like a verdant valley. Built in a verdant valley surrounded by fertile farmland. I don't want to use lush because it's not a jungle. It is the site. Yeah, something like if they are enormous, like think in terms of scale, think like Master's Glaive from World of Warcraft. I'm thinking like swords that are, 40 stories tall, but like broken in half and buried. And then, yeah, bits of it are like scraped away to be used to make things. So, low field in the language of the old world. Turns out the gods were mechs. I mean, maybe they were. We don't know, right? And that's going to be part of Delve, I think. I think we'll delve into like an old god's like tomb or something like that. Yeah. But for now, we have to figure out Anuna. Anuna? I'm going to rephrase this. There we go. Anuna. There. So that's easier to pronounce. Yeah. Something like, yeah, like a shard of something. Like a big ring, I think. The rim of a wheel. Yeah. No, here we go. Check it out. It is protected by the rim of the wheel. An ancient ring of iron fallen here from the gods, assumed to be the rim of some ancient divine chariot. The spokes form the basis of the roadways of Anuna. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. So it's a chariot wheel that fell, all the wood died away, and now there's this low wall of iron all the way around the town and these sacred spokes. Okay, home to an enclave. What do we call them? Ironworkers? Ironsmiths? Something like that? Let's take a look. Because this is definitely an enclave of the healers and the ironwork. Yeah, the Ironworkers Guild. Yeah. The glorious city of Hubcap. Yeah, it's a low wall. It's only 2 stories high. I mean, it'd be low compared to if we built it ourselves. But yeah, okay. All right. So home to an enclave of ironworkers and to a cabal of healers run by a merchant's council, of which Maya is a part. A literal trade hub for the province. Yeah, so this is a crossroad, right? And I think that this is how, maybe this is the first, like if there's a highway or whatever of any sort, or roads, that they would run in here, and then they would have gone into the Sea of Fog and like spread out from there. Yeah. I like it. Okay. All right. So it is literally a trade hub though, because get it, it's a wheel. And yeah. Okay. Anuna. We need to roll qualities for it as well. So let's do that. Okay, it is, and this will help us figure out the kind of details of the truth of the place. We need settlement location descriptor. Yeah. It is expansive. Makes sense. It is rich. The oracles never lie, my friends. The oracles never lie. Give me some good. Oh, I already know it's expensive. Give me another one. Fertile. Pattern recognition working overtime today. Right? Like expansive, rich, and fertile. Which we already knew. God, it's so weird when that happens. Like, I love it, but my goodness, what a weird coincidence. Okay, all right, so we're gonna head for Anuna. We don't have any oaths. This is probably gonna be an oath-free thing, but we're gonna go and try and get work because we're a mercenary, right? So, all right, now, what happened in where's location 9? I feel like Stonecrag. It's a ruin. Built on the flame eternal. Yeah, like the ghosts and shit there. I feel like we don't want to go. We have to avoid this place. So, like, how the fuck are we gonna get here? We can't go to the Sea of. We want to avoid the Sea of Fog. And we don't have a boat, so we can't take the river. So I guess we gotta go. I guess we gotta just thread the needle, right? We gotta go this way. Blech. All right. Well, let's do that. This is fucking zombie territory, and this is ghost territory. So I think maybe the Sea of Fog is too big too. I'm gonna shrink this down a little. Just because it doesn't make sense that the cursed area would be quite so bad. We don't have a scale on this map, but I think it's probably more like that. I think that makes more sense. There we go. Okay. All right. So back to business. Let's go. Okay. All right. I'm heading north, skirting the Sea of Fog, and making my way towards Anuna. See if I can make some money and get connected with Maya. I bet she needs someone like me more than she realizes. All right, so let's set up that journey. I think this is a dangerous journey because there's all this uncharted territory and it's quite long. Yeah, right. There's probably a trade route that stays close to the Sea of Fog where one side has like standing stones and shrines. Like, yeah, don't go into the fog. If the fog sweeps over the road, follow this path. Yeah, totally. I like that. Yeah. So let's try to walk that road. So we're gonna go and set up a journey. So a journey is a, oh my God, look, there's all these moves. This character sheet just keeps getting better and better. Look, now I can just click them. So cool. All right. So here we go. Progress. The journey to Anuna. And this is I think this is a formidable journey. I think this is going to be a tough one. I think this is the hardest trip we've made so far because there's so many clear dangers around that we've established. And like, this is a pretty far trip. Right? From here to here. I wonder if there's something in the middle that we could stop at. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Okay. All right. So, let's begin. Let's make progress. So we're undertaking a journey. It's 1 progress per waypoint. For each segment, roll plus wits. If you're setting off from a community from which you share a bond, +1 to your initial roll. Okay. All right. So here we go. I got a wits roll. I got a +1. Ah, there's that half-elven luck I've been looking for. There it is. Okay. God damn it. All right. So, undertake. We're going to undertake a journey. God damn it. All right. Undertake a journey. Miss, of course. Which means you're waylaid by a perilous event. Pay the price. Okay. So who followed us? Does anybody want revenge? We're not that far from town. Who is it? Who would come after us? Myrick doesn't have any family. I think Win and Serene are happy to see me go. I don't know if we have anybody else that's like significant enough. We already cleared our way with the nuns and the town. Maybe that doesn't make sense. Maybe the town is okay. Maybe it's gonna be like brigands or something.